Okay. Hello, everyone. It's time to start. So nice to see you today. How are you today? Omar, how are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm great. I'm happy because begin a new week, sorry.
Okay, that's pretty good. So nice to listen to you with, well, with energy, and that's something nice. Okay, so we are starting a new week, and we have to do it with great motivation and also with a great attitude.
Yes.
Welcome, Rebecca. How are you today?
Hi, teacher. I'm very well
Okay.
and happy to start a new week, like
Okay.
Omar.
Very good. Okay, pretty nice to listen to you, Rebecca. How was your weekend? Was it busy, interesting, relaxing? How was it?
Saturday was relaxing.
Okay.
I slept all the afternoon.
Uh-huh.
And no, Sunday was a little bit busy, but entertainment. I
Okay.
went
Uh-huh.
to the movies and yeah, that's
What movie did you
and
watch?
I watch what ah Shazam.
Okay. Well, was it good?
Yes, I liked
Okay.
what's good.
Okay, pretty nice. So nice to know about your weekend. Pretty good. Thank you for sharing, Rebecca. Hello, Juan Pablo. How are you today? Welcome.
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay, nice to listen to you. Okay, well, how was your weekend?
It was fine. Had this weekend I was sick.
Oh,
Yes,
so I'm really
but
sorry because of it. But now, are you better?
yes, I feel better now.
Okay, that's nice. Did you take medicine?
Yes, I took some medicine. How do you call this medicine? Acetaminophen.
The common one, okay, but that's pretty cool. Okay, well, thank you for sharing, and also thank you for being here. Welcome to our class. Hello, Flor. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. I'm very well. Thank you.
Okay, welcome to our class. So how was your weekend?
My weekend has been very busy.
Very busy. Okay, so I'm really sorry because of it. But welcome to our class again. Well, guys,
Thank you, teacher.
it is good to know about you. You're welcome. Okay, it is good to know about you to see you here and to listen to your voices practicing English. Today, everybody, we have an interesting class. So we have to start with our activities. Well, to start with all of this, guys, let's talk about the following thing. Let me share my screen and then we can start. Okay, everybody, today let's talk about advantages of living in the city. You know, guys, that most of our countries, or well, in this case, El Salvador, is divided in two different areas. The city and which is the urban place or is the urban thing, and the countryside, which is the rural part of our country. So what do you think are some advantages of living in the city? Think about it right now and then we can share, okay? So what are some good things of living in the city? Let's start, okay? Think about some seconds, a moment, okay? Think about it, think about it, think about it, think about it. Now, everybody, let's share, okay? Tell me, what are some good things or some advantages of living in the city? What do you think, Rebecca?
I think we have nearly, I think, supermarkets, parks, malls.
Okay, so I would write it in another way. So everything is always near, okay? Is always near. And yeah, you're right, okay? So how many, I have a question, Rebecca. How many malls, for example, how many markets do you have nearby your house?
Actually, I have 5 or 6, more or less.
Oh, wow. So you have a lot, okay? So you have many malls and markets.
Malls, I think, is like 5 or 6. And markets, supermarkets,
Uh-huh.
there are 4.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you have a lot. So that's, well, that's something, well, this is a real fact. So everything is always near in the city, okay? So you have malls, you have supermarkets, you have clinics or hospitals really near to your house and different things, okay? Different important places. Thank you for sharing, Rebecca. That's a good thing of living in the city. What do you think, Dalila? What is another good thing about living in the city? Flor, hello.
Hello, sorry. Okay, living in the city is more. I share the same thinking that Rebecca. I I live in the city is more accessible to various places, and that we need to be close to us. For
Uh-huh.
example, yes, really the city there is an advantage.
There isn't
Yeah.
disadvantages.
See, yes, is it's more uh des, disadvantage. Mhm.
Okay. Well,
Yes, for
well,
me,
in
in
this,
my opinion.
okay, that's fine. I like your opinion, okay? So let's check, okay? We have, well, Rebecca and Flor share, well, they share similar ideas. So Rebecca, she says that everything is always near. And also Dalila, she says, well, Flor, I'm sorry, she says that it's really convenient. Remember that something convenient, it's something easy to use or to get to, okay? So you can get to different places really fast, or you can get to different places very easy in an easy way. Okay, now Omar, what do you think? What's an advantage of living in the city?
Yes, I have a advantage of living in the city. Now, no, nowadays I'm living in highway of Planes de Rendero,
Mhm.
and I have all the places very nearby. I goes to my work in 10 minutes.
Oh, really fast.
And
Uh-huh.
yes, just because I have a motorcycle. I don't have a car, but in motorcycle is very fast. So I have a supermarket very nearby in San Jacinto,
Uh-huh.
and all the I have 2 malls nearby. It, so it is very nearby all the places. I goes very quickly.
Okay, very good. Thank you for sharing. So we most of us share the same idea, right? That it's easy to get to some important places in the city, and also things are really close to our houses. So that's nice. Okay. What about you, Juan? What do you think about the city? What are some advantages of living here?
Okay. Well, I think that one of the advantage of living in the city is that I can reach to my working place in a shorter time than living in a country.
Uh-huh.
And in the city, you have access to internet connection more easy. Internet connection, and you can go to a supermarket. You can have other places that you can visit. It's more accessible.
Okay, very good. Okay, I shared something with Juan, and it's that, guys, here in the city, it's really easy to have access to internet connection. Every place you go, you have at least you have the opportunity to access to internet. Well, in the countryside or in the rural area, it's not very convenient. Well, in this case, it's inconvenient to try to get to different places. If you want, as Juan mentioned, okay, you can get to your workplace in a shorter time. As Omar mentioned, he gets to his work in 10 minutes in a motorcycle, of course. But there are some places in which you can't move like that quickly as you do in the city. So as you see, there are many advantages of living in the city. But now my next question for you is there any disadvantage of living in the city, guys? What do you think? Omar, what do you think? Is there any disadvantage of living in the city? Or everything is good?
So I think we have a many advantage of living in the city because all the places is nearby, but the the population, I think the population is not good for me because I like the places of less people, and the traffic is horrible nowadays. And I think so this is a I don't know how to say the ventaja. So this is this how how can I say is how can I say desventaja, teacher? Disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay.
Disadvantage,
Okay.
yes.
Disadvantage. Yeah. This is for this point, the population and the traffic is a disadvantage of living in the city for me, and I think so.
Yeah, okay. I share what you mentioned, okay? Well, overpopulation, well, sadly, it's a social problem that we have in all around our country, okay? Well, the traffic, it's more common to have it, or that problem is more common to have it in the city, and yes, it's horrible. Okay, thank you for sharing, Omar. What do you think about it, Flor? What are some disadvantages of living in the city?
For example, the advantage, yeah, is an insufficient green space, for example,
Repeat again.
because insufficient green space.
Okay. Very important.
Uh-huh. Yes, in the city, the green space are rare, rare, raro.
Rare.
Rare. Uh-huh. It's
Okay.
rare because the buildings are most building that park, for example, or green space, or I don't know. It's more mm, I don't know the word.
Okay, but
It's
I can.
more modern. It's
Ah.
more modern. Modern. Mhm.
Okay,
It's
very
more
good
modern
point.
than
Okay, very good point, Flor. So there is not sufficient green spaces here in the city. Okay, from time to time we have had less green spaces than we had like some years ago. I am not that old, but I remember when I was a kid, there were more green spaces here in the city. But now everything is, well, as Flor mentioned, everything is more modern, which is good. Okay, but it is also a disadvantage of the city. For example, if you love nature, so you will prefer to be in a mountain or in a forest than being in a building, right? Okay, so thank you for sharing, Flor. That's something really important. Well, Kevin is here with us today. So hello, Kevin, how are you? Hi, Kevin.
Hello, hello. I was fixing my microphone.
Oh, okay, don't worry, okay? Thank you for being here. So how are you today?
I'm very well.
Okay,
A
nice.
bit
Yeah,
tired all day.
oh, I'm really sorry because of it. But thank you for being here. Okay, remember all the effort you do, it's always worthy. Well, Kevin, today we were talking about advantages of living in the city. So good things about living in the city. Your classmates mentioned that everything is always near. It's really convenient. Uh, you can get to your workplace in a shorter time and you have access to internet connection. Now, what do you think is a disadvantage? Something bad from living in the city?
Mm, well, there are many cars. There are a lot of pollution, a lot of noise. Sometimes the neighborhood listen music, mm, all kind of music different. No, I don't like it. It's, eh, well, that will be the main reason or living, well, disadvantage of living in the city.
Well, I really like your opinion, Kevin, and you are right, okay? Here in the city, guys, well, around the whole El Salvador, guys, but mostly in the city, there is a lot of pollution, okay? And well, it's more common to have a lot of noise in the city, okay? Because of cars, because of as Kevin mentioned, because of the neighbors that play music in a very loudly, okay? So we can see that there are also some disadvantages of living in the city. And that's why today, everybody, we're going to learn some expressions of quantity because we are going to talk about social problems that exist in our country or in the city, and we will try uh, to give or to show a degree or a quantity in what quantity that problem is affecting our society. Okay, today to start, everybody, let's pay attention to the following thing. Okay, what are the expressions of quantity? Please, guys, listen to Rebecca right now. Rebecca, please read the definition. What is expression of quantity? And read the example.
Okay, expression of quantity is a word or a group of words that tell the amount of something. For example, there's too much crime in the neighborhood.
Thank you. Well, as you see, there is in the picture, there is a police officer and there is a criminal. Okay, so the opinion of this police officer is that there is too much crime in this neighborhood. As you can see, if we eliminate the expression of quantity, if we eliminate too much in this sentence, let me see. if we eliminate too much in this sentence, so we can say there is crime in this neighborhood. So does the sentence make sense? What do you think, Juan? Does the sentence make sense? There is crime in this neighborhood?
As I can read, well, maybe it it's not it doesn't make a complete sense, but I can also read there is crime in this neighborhood. I
Okay,
can do that, but it makes more sense if you say something more. For example, there is a lot of crime in this neighborhood.
very good. Okay, Juan, great job. As you mentioned, okay, there is crime in this neighborhood. It's okay. The sentence, well, this is a sentence, and the sentence is correct. But I am not very specific in this sentence. So if I want to mention the amount, the quantity of something, that's why we use the expressions, these kind of expressions. So we add too much. There is too much crime in this neighborhood. So we are very specific when using the expressions of quantity, because we are mentioning that there is not less crime than in other places. We are not saying that there isn't crime in this neighborhood. We are saying a quantity of crime that we have here. There is too much. Okay, we will continue right now with learning our expressions and also practicing a little bit with some examples. Let's pay attention to our first two expressions. So we have too much and too many. Please, right now, Omar, read the definition.
Okay, expression of quantity. Too much and too many. They express an excess.
Excellent. They express an excess. Okay, before we continue and move with examples, I'm sorry, let's see. Tell me, please, guys, when do we use too much?
When we need use to uncountable
Very good.
things. Yeah.
Thank you, Mart. Thank you, Rebecca. We use too much when talking about uncountable nouns or uncount nouns. Uncountable, give me a second. Like this, okay? Very good. So when do we use too many?
When we use the countable noun.
Very good. Excellent. So in this case, everybody, when talking about quantity, we will use too much. Okay, both are used for expressing an excess of something, that there is more than what is normal, okay? More than what is normal. So in this case, we use too much and too many, guys, to express an excess, okay? The only difference that we have between too much and too many, guys, is that too much is for uncountable nouns and too many is for countable nouns. And we use it in these cases, everybody. Okay, in these cases, we use it in plural form, okay? When we use too many, we use the noun in plural form. Please, everybody, pay attention to our two examples. Flora, read the two sentences, too much and too many.
There's too much pollution. And there are too many cars in the city.
Okay, do you remember the disadvantages of the city? We have many cars, everybody. So there are too many cars. So the quantity of cars, guys, it's really exaggerated. So we have a lot of cars. So we mentioned, guys, that we are talking about an excess, okay? There are more cars than people in the city. So, guys, as you can see in this example, we use too many, and then we use the noun. What is the noun in the sentence, Rebecca?
Cars.
Cars. Is it in singular or plural?
It is in plural.
Very good. As we mentioned, too many uses countable in plural form. There are too many cars. There are too many people. I don't know, guys, but there are too many, and then we use a plural noun, a countable plural noun. Okay, then everybody, as you can see in this, there is too much pollution. Can we count the pollution, guys? What do you think? Can we count the pollution?
We can't.
We can't, okay? So we cannot say one pollution, two pollutions. No, guys, that's not possible, right? So in that case, we describe it as a general problem. There is too much pollution. We describe it as a single thing, okay? And as we can see, okay, we are talking about huge problem. So we mentioned that there is too much. There is an excess of pollution, okay? But in these cases, we will not use an excess. So we will use too much. Very good. Let's move on. Remember, too much and too many. Let's move on right now to our next expressions. We have, everybody, enough and not enough. Remember, in affirmative and negative form. Okay, the pronunciation, guys, of it is enough. Enough. Okay, so we don't say enough. No, guys, enough. No, it's not correct. Okay, we say enough. Enough and not enough. What is the use of enough and not enough? Juan Pablo, read.
They express that something is or isn't sufficient.
Thank you. Very good. Very well done. Okay. Now, everybody, as you can see, we use enough or not enough to talk about something that is sufficient, okay, in affirmative form, or in negative form, guys, something that is not sufficient, okay? So let's pay attention to our sentences. Please, right now, Kevin, read that two sentences.
The sentence below the okay. We have no clothes to share with homeless people. There aren't enough buses in this city.
Thank you. Very good, Kevin. Good pronunciation. As you see, everybody, we are talking about sufficient things and not sufficient things or insufficient things. Okay? If we read again the example, we have enough clothes to share with homeless people. Homeless people, guys, remember, it's people that lives in the street. People that live, I'm sorry, in the streets. Okay, they don't have a house. Maybe they don't have a family, and if they have a family, all of them are on the streets. Okay, so in this example, guys, we can see a solution. We have enough clothes to share with homeless people. Maybe in our closet, we have a lot of clothes. We have too many shirts. We have some jeans, okay? We have shoes, but in some cases, there is too much clothes, or there are too many things that we don't use, or maybe we use but not very often. So in this case, what is the solution? So you can give clothes to homeless people, or you can give food, or you can give money, okay? It depends on the situation. But the thing is that we are saying that we have sufficient things. If I give something to this kind of people, it doesn't mean I will be poor now, or I will not have the more money, or I will not have more clothes or sufficient clothes to wear. So in case, guys, you have only one shirt and two jeans, or in the other way around, two shirts and one jeans, so you don't have enough. But if you have like 20 or 30 shirts, so you can give some of your shirts to homeless people, okay? For them to have new clothes, or we can say it like that. Okay, so the solution is that one, okay? Homeless people is a social problem. The solution is sharing with them, okay? But the thing is the use of enough. You have sufficient things to solve or to help in this problem. Then, guys, on the other hand, there aren't enough buses in the city. I don't know, guys, if it is well, this is a social problem, but I don't know if it is common in all cities or only in San Salvador and Soyapango. Okay, but you can see that in some places there aren't enough buses. In some routes, they have fewer buses than in others, okay? For example, in one route, they only had 5 buses, and you have to wait around 30 minutes for the buses to pass or to pass by, okay? So you have to wait a long time for the buses to get to your work or to get to some other places. So there aren't enough buses. And you see that most of the buses are always really full of people. So there are also people on the doors on the gates of the buses. That's why, everybody, there aren't enough buses in the city. So this is another social problem that exists in the city, okay? But as you see, there are not sufficient buses. There aren't enough buses, or there isn't sufficient things. There aren't sufficient buses in our city, okay? As you see, when we use too many and too much, we are talking about excess of something. If we use enough or not enough, well, in the case of enough, we are talking about sufficient. That's the right quantity, the right amount of something. Not enough is not sufficient. So it's fewer than the things that we want or that we expect. Now, everybody, let's pay attention to our next expression that I think, guys, this is easier. Let's pay attention to Omar. Omar, please read the definition of it. When do we use more?
Okay, more it's referred to greater or additional amount of something.
Thank you. Okay, as you see, if we are using too much or too many, we talk about an excess. If we use if we use enough, we are talking about the sufficient, the right quantity of something. In this case, guys, it refers to talk about an additional amount. Okay, we want more. We need something additional. Please pay attention to our examples. Let's pay attention to Rebecca. Rebecca, help me reading the 2 sentences.
Okay, example 1, we need more security in the neighborhood. And example 2, we have to do more cleaning campaigns in the city.
Amazing. Thank you for reading. As you see, we are talking about additional, addition, okay? We are talking about more security. Do we have security in the neighborhood? Yes, or maybe, but it's not enough, okay? It's not sufficient. We need more security, okay? So when we use more, everybody, okay, we know that more, it's part of the comparatives, right? So when we are talking about more intelligent, more modern, more beautiful, so though more, it's part of the comparatives. But in this way, everybody, we are not talking about comparing two things. We are talking about that we need an additional thing or an additional amount of something. Example number one, we need more security. Now, in number two, we have to do more cleaning campaigns in this city, okay? There are cleaning campaigns in the city. Sometimes some organizations get ready with cleaning campaigns, but they are not enough. We have to do more. We need additional cleaning campaigns in this case, okay? So as you can see, we have a quantity of it, but we need an additional amount. We need an additional action or an additional amount of something, okay? Well, this is part of what we have to study today. Let's check, guys, the last two expressions of quantity. Okay, as you remember, we already studied too much and too many, also enough in affirmative and not enough in negative. Now, everybody, we check more. And in this moment, guys, we have to study fewer and less. Fewer, less. Okay, let's pay attention to the definition of fewer and the example. Please, Dalila, read the definition and read the example. Hello, guys. Can you listen to me? Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, clear, teacher.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm really sorry, guys. I don't know what happened, but my internet stopped working. Well, we can continue, and please pay attention to Flor. Okay, let me share my screen. And we listen to Flor reading fewer and the example about fewer. Okay.
Fewer, a small number of people or things. Example, there shall be fewer stray dogs in the street, unless a smaller amount of quantity of something. Example, there
Okay, the example, there should be less crime. Very good. Well, as you see, fewer and less, we can say that they are synonyms. And yes, they are. What is the only difference? What do you think is the difference, everybody? What's the difference between fewer and less?
Uncountable y incountable.
Ah, very good, Kevin. That's right. Which one is for countable things? What do you think?
we use fewer.
Few.
Very good. Fewer is for countable, so we can count the things. And we use it, everybody remember, in plural, okay? We always use it in plural when using the expressions of quantity. In this example, what is the noun, everybody? What do you think? There should be fewer stray dogs in the street. Which is the noun?
The dogs.
Dog.
The stray dogs, right? Stray dogs, everybody, so are all dogs that are living in the streets. So that's really sad, guys. But those dogs that you see on the street, guys, and they are waiting to be adopted in some cases, so those are stray dogs. And as you see, we are using the plural form, dogs, stray dogs, okay? Very good. So whenever we are talking about a quantity or a number of something countable, that is countable, I'm sorry. So we have to use fewer, but then we have the other way around. So we have less. And whenever we are talking about uncountable nouns, we have to use less. So we are talking about a smaller amount or quantity of something. In this case, what in the example, in the sentence, what is the noun?
Crime.
Crime, of course. Can we count the crime?
We can.
We can't, okay? It's not possible to count the crime. Maybe the crime scenes, yes, we can count them, okay? So if something happens in one place and in another one and in another one, so we can count those places, but we cannot count crime. That's a general problem, okay? So we cannot count it, okay? As you see, we study the excess of something, we study the right quantity of something, we study when we need an additional amount of something, we study also, guys, when we have something or a small number or a small amount of something, okay? Right now, everybody, it's time for us to practice. Please, everybody, let's move to our next part. In this opportunity, guys, we have to complete the following practice. But pay attention to this picture, everybody. We have a very simple explanation of enough, not enough, and too much. When we have enough, everybody, as you see, we have the right amount. When we have not enough, we need more, an additional quantity of something. And when we have too much, we are talking about more than we need, okay? So very good job. Everybody, this is part of what we are going to study, okay? Or what we are studying today. Please, guys, let's go to our practice. Let's see, everybody. Let's wait a moment. Okay, we have, in this moment, guys, we have to practice the use of too much, too many, and enough. Please read the sentences and think about the correct answer. Okay, for example, we have sentence number 1. Is there any bread in the house? Is there any bread in the house? So what do you think is the right answer? Yes, there is too much bread, there is too many bread, or there is enough bread. What do you think, Kevin? What is the right answer?
There is not enough bread.
Oh, remember that the answer is, oh, yes. So the answer is affirmative. So, oh, yes, there is what?
Can you zoom in a bit more the screen?
Yeah, give me a second. Okay.
Okay. There is enough prep.
Okay, there is enough bread. Thank you. Okay, that was a great example. Okay, that was a great try. Now let's continue with number 2. My dad feels sick because he smokes cigarettes a day. He needs to quit smoking. What's the right answer, Juan Pablo?
My dad feels sick because he smokes too many cigarettes a day. He needs to quit smoking.
Oh, nice. Very good. Okay, thank you for your answer. Now, eating chocolate is unhealthy. Well, that sentence, it's understandable, but we need to use an expression of quantity. So what do you think is the correct expression, Omar?
Yes, teacher. I think so. The chocolate is uncountable. So, but I have um so maybe eating too much chocolate is unhealthy.
Okay, nice. Eating too much chocolate is unhealthy. Yeah, that's a great example. Thank you. Next example, please. Rebecca, you will help me with this. Do you want to go to the cinema with me? Sorry, I don't have time. What do you think is the right answer?
Mm, enough?
Okay, so read the complete answer. Do you want to go to the cinema with me?
Sorry, I don't have enough time.
Thank you, very good. Let's move on with Flor. Okay, Flor, help me with example 5. There are commercials during my favorite TV program. It makes me angry. What do you think is the right answer?
Okay, there are too much commercials during my favorite TV program. It's make me angry.
Okay, thank you. There are too much commercials?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Let's move to example 6. Okay, you think about money. You shouldn't do that. What's the right answer? What do you think, Omar? What is the correct answer for number 6? You think about money. You shouldn't do that.
Let me see. You think enough?
Okay, you think enough about money. You shouldn't do that. Are you sure, Omar?
No, no, I'm not sure. I'm lost in this example.
Okay, you are lost. Okay, look at this. This is something you shouldn't have to, you doesn't have to do, I'm sorry. So you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't, you doesn't have to do it. And remember that enough is talking about something that is sufficient, something that is the right amount of something. So what do you think? Is it enough, too much, too many? What do you think about it?
Too much, teacher.
Too much? Okay. Well, Flor says that The correct
No,
one?
too many, too many.
Too many. Why too many?
Because the money is countable.
The money is countable? Can we count one money, two money, three money?
It's uncountable.
It's
Yeah, it's
uncountable, yes.
uncountable. The countable thing about it, it's dollars. So we can count dollars,
Okay.
$2, $3. But the word money is in general, okay? Very good.
Okay.
So
You think
what
too much.
Too much. Okay, so Flor says that it's too much. But what do you think, Omar?
I don't know, teacher, sorry.
Okay.
Can you help me? Yes.
Okay, Flor says that is too much. Why? Remember that when talking about too much, we are talking about an excess of something. So you think about money in an excess. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't think a lot about money. Okay, so what is the right answer? Enough or too much?
Too much?
Kevin and Flor says too much. And what do you think, Omar?
Okay, the context in the sentence is I think about money, but it is not correct. I think so. Let me see. You think? I don't know, teacher.
Okay, you don't know. Okay, remember, Omar. Okay, everybody think about money. All people think about money because money doesn't bring you happiness, okay? But it helps a little bit, okay? So everybody think about money. But some people think more about money. So imagine in this class, we have 2, 4, 6 people, okay? So in this class, 6 people think about money, okay? In this class, 6 people think about money. But one person that I will not say who is this person, but one person thinks more about money. So this is a person that really likes money, but that is not correct. If you think more about money than other things, that is not correct. So you shouldn't do that. So in that case, that person, we are 6 in this class, but one of that person thinks about money in an excess. So thinks more than any other thing. So in that case, Omar, what do you think is the right answer? Enough or too much?
Too much.
Okay, too much. Thank you for your answer. We will check later, right? Too much. Okay, nice. Guys, we have 3 minutes, so we will finish in number 10. Okay, let's go to example 7. I think she eats fast food. She'll be sick and fat. She'll be sick and fat. Okay, tell me please. Okay, Rebecca, what do you think is number 7?
I think she eats too much fast food. She'll be sick and fat.
Okay, she'll be sick and fat. Nice, thank you. Okay, let's move to example 8. Juan Pablo, you use sugar in your coffee. It isn't healthy for you.
You use too much sugar in your coffee. It isn't healthy for you.
Nice, okay, very good. Thank you. Let's move with Flor. Tell me, what is example 9?
My grandfather is old. Enough to stop working.
Okay, very good. Now, Kevin, you are my last volunteer. Tell me, what is the example number 10? I didn't get sun this spring. I should go outside more often.
I didn't get not enough Sunday spring. I should go outside more often.
Okay, I didn't get enough. You mentioned not enough, Kevin, but remember, we have not in this part, okay? Yes, so not enough. Very good. Okay, we will check the 10 examples that we completed. There were 20, but because of the time, guys, we didn't have enough time. Okay, now everybody, let's pay attention to our 10 sentences and check if they are correct or not. Okay, so we have 9 out of 10, everybody. What was the mistake in example 5? Give me. Okay, what is the mistake in example 5? Omar?
In the example 5, it's we talking about commercials. It's in plural, and the correct word is too many. There are too many commercials during my favorite tea program. Yes.
Very good. That's right. Okay. As you see, when talking about plurals, anytime we use plurals, so we can use too many. Okay, too many, not too much. But when we have an uncountable noun, so we use too much. Okay, enough, guys. It's used for both. But as you can see, everybody, so enough, 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 okay? So we use it, everybody, for both countable and uncountable. In these examples, we only use it for uncountable nouns. Guys, you will have the practices. I will try to send you the links for you to practice at home. And please continue working on the platform. Remember, guys, we need to continue working on the activities of the platform. Please try to complete the activities until the 25% of the platform. So guys, we will start today on activity 2.0, life in the city. So we are studying unit 2, and we finish in activity 2.2.5, which is grammar. We have grammar about expression of quantity, and then we have grammar about expression of quantity, fewer and less. Everybody, please continue practicing, complete these activities on the platform, and I hope to see you tomorrow in our class. Have a good night, everybody. It was a pleasure to be here with you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Thank
Good night,
you.
everybody.
Good night.
You're welcome.